In this video, I'm going to be wrapping up the place lesson series, and I thought I would go over a few important concepts that we have been covering throughout the lessons. So, first step is always to get your dog to go onto the dog bed, and how we do this, we have food in our hand. We say the command, place, and we lure the dog with the food. Good. We mark it with good, and we feed the dog. Okay? We do that several times. Place until the dog is going onto the bed. Nice and easy. Good. Okay. Release command. Okay. Whatever you want to use for your release cue. Then we have the dog follow the empty hand, so we're feeding that food lure. Come on. Place. Good. Feeding. Okay. As your dog gets better, we start to fade the food out of the process. Place. Good. Stay. Then we have the stay part of the place command. So once I tell the dog to stay, they have to stay there until I release them. If you're going to reinforce the stay, all this good stuff happens while the dog is staying on the bed, rather than releasing them and feeding them from me. So I don't want to say okay and let him come off the bed. This brings up another important point. If I say okay in conversation and the dog breaks, I will correct the dog. Right? Now, so I have to direct that release command to the dog. Okay. So that's how I do the release. Place. Good. Stay. Now let's say the dog makes a mistake. So if your dog breaks the stay before you release them with the word okay, you're going to mark that mistake with no, whatever your version of that is, and then you will physically return the dog to the dog bed, rather than asking the dog to go to back to the dog bed. So if this dog comes off that bed, I would not go no, place. I would say no, and I would take the dog back. All right, so let's see if I toss some food, get the dog excited. So see, he's fairly well trained. And I'm going to make nope. And he got it. Stay. Score one for Koa there. So my point is, you're going to say no and take the dog back. Let's repeat that. No. Take the dog by the collar. If you have the leash, you could use the leash. We take the dog back and we repeat stay. Right? So I don't want to say no, place. I don't ask him. It's really important. I see that mistake over and over again. So when the dog breaks that stay, we're going to say no, and you're going to take the dog back. You're working in three different areas: the distance, duration, and distraction. All right. So distraction would be me tossing food. All right. Could be a lot of other scenarios. It could be someone coming to the door. It could be another dog in the room. It could be if you have cats or if you have kids moving around. So you want to be practicing in various scenarios that are relevant to you, your dog, and your situation. You want to also be practicing the stay command when your attention is directed to something else. So for instance, this dog knows that he needs to stay even though I'm talking to the camera, rather than me stand here in front of him and stay. I don't want the dog to have to depend on that. So as your dog gets better with the stay, I want you to sit down on the couch, watch TV, have dinner, do something so that your dog understands that they can be in a stay without you having to micromanage everything. Now, when you first practice, you're going to have to be taking the dog back often, so you're going to need to be ready. But as your dog gets better, you want to be practicing scenarios that are useful to you. All right? That's the place lesson series. Again, as always, you look down at the written supplement. I'll try to provide some additional tips and tricks in the written supplements. Hope you guys enjoyed the place lesson series, and I will see you in another video. Good boy, Koa. Okay.